In this video, we will review general fraction, decimal, and percent properties. This should get you pretty well prepared for your quiz on Monday. Let's take a look at our first question. It's asking us which of the four answer choices is a true statement. Let's begin with answer choice A. Now, if we apply what we already know about converting between decimals and percents, we know that 7.65 as a percent would be 765%. That is not what they gave us here. Therefore, this statement is not true and is wrong. If we look at answer choice B, we're given 40% is equal to 40. Let's once again convert from a percent to a decimal, meaning we are moving our decimal place 2 spots to the left. That gives us 0.40, which is not what they gave us. The statement is therefore false, which makes it an incorrect answer. Let's shift over to the right and go to answer choice D, where we have a fraction being converted to a decimal. If you remember, a fraction is a division problem, which we can go ahead and complete. 8 goes into 30 3 times, leaving us with the remainder of 6. Carry down to 0. 8 goes into 67 times, giving us a remainder of 4. Bring down to 0 one more time, and that goes in 5 times. Therefore, 3/8 is equal to 0.375, which is not what they gave us here. This statement is false, and therefore not the correct answer choice. For completion's sake, let's check answer choice C. Applying what we know about conversions between percents and decimals, once again, we know that we need to move the decimal 2 spots to the left to convert to a decimal, leaving us with 2.00. This statement is true. That's what we were looking for. That means this answer choice is correct. Let's move on to another question. This one is much trickier. First, because of the directions. Secondly, because each of these problems, each of these answer choices, A, B, and C, have something other than an equal sign. Let's go ahead and compare 0.63 to 63%. Once again, applying what we know about converting between percents and decimals. In this case, since we're going from the decimal to a percent, we're moving to the right, giving us 63% equaling 63%. That's a true statement. However, the directions asked us for a false statement, or not a true statement, meaning this answer choice is incorrect. Let's look at answer choice C. Given a fraction of 7/8, we can once again go into dividing this fraction out. If we do so, we're going to go ahead and find out that 7/8 is going to be equal to 0.875. Now, the statement here is that 7/8 is going to be greater than 80%. So we need to convert our decimal to a percent. Move the decimal spot 2 places to the right, giving us 87.5%. 87.5% is greater than 80%, and thus this statement is true, meaning it's an incorrect answer choice for this question. Moving to answer choice B, 2/5 can be converted to a decimal. Let's take a shortcut on this one, though. Seeing as we have a denominator of 5, we can go ahead and get ourselves a denominator of 10 by multiplying the 5 by 2. If we do the same to the numerator, we now have 4/10. And if you remember anything about fractions and decimals, 4/10 is also equivalent to 0.4. The statement asks us if 0.4 then is greater than 0.2, which is a true statement, meaning that this answer choice is incorrect with this question. For completion's sake, once again, we're going to take this fraction of 4/10 and convert it to a decimal, which we know is 0.4. And now the question is that this particular answer choice is stating that 0.02 is greater than 0.4. We know that to be a false statement, which meets the criteria for this question. And therefore our answer choice A is correct. Let's move on to some powers of 10. In question 3, we're being asked which of the following answer choices is not equivalent to 10 to the negative fourth. Let's start with the negative exponent. If you remember from our discussion about negative exponents, the negative exponent actually drops both our base and our exponent to the denominator, meaning that 10 to the negative fourth is equivalent to 1 over 10 to the fourth. This answer choice C is correct, meaning that it's incorrect for our particular question. Let's continue with the equivalence here. 1 over 10 to the fourth is the same as 1 over 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is also equivalent to 1 over 10,000. Answer choice D is a value that is equivalent to 10 to the negative fourth, meaning that that answer choice is also wrong. Now 1 over 10,000 can also be stated as 1 10,000, which means we're going out to our fourth decimal place, giving us 0.0001, which is answer choice B. Answer choice B is therefore equivalent to 10 to the negative fourth and does not meet our criteria for this particular question. Answer choice A goes out one spot too many to be considered 1 to 10,000, and therefore is not equivalent to 10 to the negative fourth. Therefore, A is the correct answer here. In question 4, we're being asked to figure out what the exponent would be in our scientific notation. That being said, we're going to start with this decimal value. And we're going to convert it into scientific notation. Now, if you remember from our discussion about converting to scientific notation, start on the left side of the number and look for your first digit that is not a 0. In this case, it's a 3. We put a decimal immediately after that. That's going to give us this decimal term in front. Now we count back to the original decimal location, which is once, twice, 3 times. That immediately removes answer choices C and D. Now we need to think about direction. The direction that we moved just now is in the negative direction, and thus answer choice A is the correct answer. Hope this video helped you to review for your quiz on Monday. Please be ready for it. There are other videos that you can watch as well that have been posted on my channel.